Hey, welcome back. We're recording again. Another editing thing. I have my email open. We're gonna look at something Jeremiah sent. He's the only person in attendance as of right now, so I'm just could have done this at home if no one's gonna be here in the facility. I wanted to point this out. I will post this on our announcements, but the Gavlin Film Showcase for 2015 is up on Vimeo now. And what does that mean? That means everything. You can rewatch the entire 2 hours and 13 minutes. There's Noah. You can watch some of your favorite stuff with your favorite editing teacher eating chicken wings. Here you go. There we go. There you go. Pretty good, right? All right. That being said, for those of you who attended the film showcase, of course, you got your mega ultra bonus points. For those of you who are unable to attend, guess what? I'm a generous fella. I'm going to offer 50 extra credit points if you watch the film showcase and tell me what you think the best comedy was and what the best drama was. Jeremiah, what do you think was the best comedy?
That's a hard one. I mean, like Sauce was really good. I mean, I really like the ones we watched in class, but I don't know if those are my favorite just because we watched them in class.
You
But the
saw them,
ones,
you were spoiled, or you knew the jokes, right? Which
yeah,
what was your favorite? It doesn't have to be Sauced, even though Sauce did win, and it's
that
me,
that one was very funny.
but what was your favorite? I mean, was that your favorite comedy? Totally fine if it isn't.
I think it actually was my favorite comedy.
Oh, and what was your favorite drama?
Definitely, like Witch was just
Yeah, which is so
good.
good.
It
Yeah.
was
Okay.
just so good.
Well, there you go. If you hadn't attended, you could have gotten 50 bonus or extra credit points, which is valuable. Great. All right. I will post this link in the as an announcement, but it's also on Grant's Vimeo. You can see it's got 15 views already. No comments. Oh, wait. No comments. Hmm. Oh, Christopher Ranch. That's not good. All right. Okay, let's watch what Jeremiah sent. Video is unavailable. It's private.
Oh, let me change that really quick.
How's your numbers been? Let's check them out while we're waiting. Oh, the pig one's not doing that well. 157. Nice. It's got to be the 100 times. What if you change the like this pig beat Minecraft 100 times and see what happens?
Okay, I
Just make
fixed the
just make
video.
it
I
a
turned it
lot.
unlisted.
Okay, great. Just
That would be funny.
Speed
uh-oh.
and action. Speed and action.
Nice. I really do like I really do like the eye. Is this just masking it with color?
Yeah, I just went masking with like color.
And action.
That's great. Takes a long time though, huh?
Yeah, like
This is me
frame by
with pink eye.
frame.
Me with pink eye. The main suggestion I would make, of course, is to before you do any of your special effects stuff, to color your video. I don't know if this is going to be your color of the video, but um what maybe my monitor is all the way. No, seems pretty dark. So I
Yeah,
don't.
I usually use like an adjustment layer
Yeah.
on top of it, just because that makes it easier so I can do.
I'm just saying, like, your adjustment layer will then affect your special effect layer, right? So then you'll overcolor it. I would color it first and then do your special effects adjustment layer afterwards. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Just on top of, on top of. Hey, what's up? Hey, will you hit the lights, please? All right. Hi, Catherine. Cool. Well, since people have joined, let's watch it one more time. This is a little tease for
Speed and action.
how long did it take you?
I've been doing that for like 30 minutes,
30
probably.
minutes. Oh, that's pretty good. Pretty clean masking, I would say.
Thank you.
You can see some spill here on the shirt.
Oh, the shirt.
But I'm pausing it, right? Like I wouldn't have noticed because I'm pausing. But yeah, so this is a totally awesome way to just affect once I turn into the thing in the piece. So really fun, great job. Super interested, and I'm gonna connect you with Jason, okay? Then you could make like tentacles come out of my mouth or whatever. Yeah, that's what Jason would do, blow my head off or something. Okay. While since Santi's here, anything else you want to share, Jeremiah, before we jump and watch the second version of Santi's piece that we watched on Monday? Now we have a new version, which I liked. Mm-hmm. Yep.
So I went to go get fuel. They were mainly testing.
Yeah, always, right?
They weren't really like out on stage. I was there for like a good hour and a half.
Yeah, it's the life of the video person. It's always a bummer. You can
I was hyped too. Man. I was like,
yeah, I've been there.
Tomorrow we get to try
Maybe. Great. Just what I want to do is film some more. All right, let's check it out. No preview. You
Oh.
threw it away?
I sent you another one.
Oh,
To,
that's the most current one, I think, but I'll look.
I sent it.
Hook me up with another link, bro, because I think is the most current one I have.
So I got T. Allen at gab.edu.
Yeah, you can send it to that one. All right. Got it. All right, let's forward that to Tim. Let's forward that.
How's your day, Tim?
My day's going great. Busy, running around like crazy, but that's most of days. I'm excited now. At Gav, teaching editing, which I love. We want to look at some fun stuff. All right. I like it a lot better already. I'm telling you right now. All right, let's take a watch.
House of Desires is a little glimpse of of what a Latin household honestly looks like.
There are a lot of different characters with different dynamics, cutting away from one household to another. The dynamic between the servant and the nobles, and a lot of that hierarchy can lead to a lot of comedic situations.
So what originally drew me to The House of Desires is that it is a translation of a play by Sor Juana Inés de la Cruz, Latin American feminist, who was a nun, and she wrote sacred texts, poetry, plays, songs. She also taught theater in the local village, but she also wrote a few secular plays, and this was one of the 3 secular plays that we have from her.
So House of Desires is a romantic comedy, I believe written in the late 1600s by Sor Juana. Sor Juana is a very interesting person, very much not your typical woman from the 1600s, and there's been a real recent revival of her literature, and there's been a lot of stuff that's been absolutely amazing.
It's very, very elevated in terms of the acting style. It's a comedy. Sor Juana was writing in Nueva España about the same time that Shakespeare was writing in England. But some ways her plays seem almost more like Moliere. She's making fun of the upper classes. Everybody's talking about their honor and their dignity, but they're behaving in really abysmal ways while they're doing that. And so we as the audience get to laugh at that.
Long, interesting monologues and passionate performances from very talented, dedicated people. All of my castmates are super awesome.
There's definitely a lot going on, a lot of lust, a lot of scandal.
There are a lot of twists and turns, a lot of mistaken identities, and I think the whole show is a roller coaster of a lot of different emotions.
Since House of Desires is a play, it is a little different from what I'm used to because I primarily work with musicals, which are a lot more tech heavy. We have mics to worry about in musicals, and there's a lot more lighting cues that I have to worry about in the script. For House of Desires, there's not too much of that. The actors really bring it to life.
So in House of Desires, there is a scene about halfway through where there's a song, and there wasn't any sheet music or anything really to be found online. I'm also taking music theory, and I propose that for my final project, I write the song for the show. And I did that, but once I was given like a framework, it made it really easy. I studied a lot of historical music and like what they did in those things, and I crafted a melody based on the lyrics that were written already for me. And I'm really proud of it, and I'm really excited about the way it's turning out.
It's nice to do a show that was written originally in Spanish, especially one from so long ago. It's been really, really interesting, and it's been a really fun experience. Working with Isabel has been really great.
Oh, Isabel's awesome. She's very flexible, but like when it comes to when we gotta get serious, like she turns on like that strict mode, but which is like, you know, a nice balance to keep us like, you know, in check.
I love it. She's one of my favorite directors that I've worked with. I just love like the hands-on, especially when you're like, oh, let's try it this way, or let's try it this way. And I love kind of finding Don Rodrigo in every kind of like iteration that she's able to really pull out of characters. And every time I come here, I always tell them, I'm just gonna come here to play.
Gavilan does 2 productions every year, as well as we teach a variety of theater arts classes, acting, design, costume design, lighting design, scene design, etc. We do classics, or we do sometimes musicals to try and give our students a really good experience for when they get out in the acting world. This year we were super lucky because we are doing a play that's a classic.
Put in a lot of work. We've been working since the last week of January on it. And as you can see in the set behind me, we've had multiple classes working on this. We've put our heart and soul into it. And it would really mean a lot to bring this story to life.
I think people should come see it because it's a fun show. It's funny, it makes plays fun, and the way that it's written and put together, it's a little more accessible than Shakespeare. It's a little easier to understand.
Well, it's very funny and entertaining. It provides insight into period of history, and it shows us what people in the 1600s might have, you know, thought and felt and wanted to write about, so it can help us to better empathize with people from the past and Also, it shares a lot in common with modern rom-coms. So if you like rom-coms, you should definitely see it.
I've been here 20 years at that point. I'm 65. I don't know how I got to be that old, but I'm 65. Watching the students grow and see them walk through doorways and discover new ways of being or performing is just really feeds the heart.
Okay, we saw one blatant error, so I'm gonna make you re-edit it. And I have other notes, but Jeremiah, great. Get ready to write these down. Jeremiah, Catherine, thoughts versus what we saw last time?
I
Got it.
thought it looked a lot better. I can see clearly everybody's names. There was one moment where one person came in really quickly. But everything looks much better.
I think it
Jeremiah?
felt shorter. Like,
Felt shorter for sure. It's 2 minutes shorter, so still kind of long, but I think we're kind of stuck with what the story says. I don't think there's anywhere to cut.
Yeah, I was thinking maybe I can make another beat instrumental thing. So
I think at this length, it's totally, I didn't have a problem with it. It's not the music that's doing it. I think it's just the content and what you can do. Any technical errors that we noticed? For sure, there was a clip. I would say, where was it? I think it was Dr. John, right? Dr. John turned into Baron, or yeah, it was Baron, I think. It was right here.
And so we as the
Watch.
audience get to laugh at that.
Long,
Oh.
interesting one.
We call this a flash frame. It's when your edit is over. Now, a couple of notes. While we're changing, all this play stuff is really orange compared to the interviews, coloring wise. Can you color balance it a little more? Make it add a little blue so that the white balance is more, look, here's what it looks like. Obviously, I mean, maybe the lights are making everything, but this is the same wall. I mean, it's really a stark contrast. I feel like it needs to be more, especially these ones, need to be more color balanced. I know it's different cameras, but you should be able to color match it, comparison view. And in fact, let me just, since we're here and this is the editing class, why don't I show you how to do this? I'm going to download this. Other notes that I would give specifically with this edit right here.
yeah, I forgot exactly like your exact words on how it is ended. I remember you said take one piece and then take the ending.
Well, that wasn't the problem. It's there's a jump cut right here. Okay. You can punch in, but it can't like you punched in a little bit. You got to go, you have to, like, you're an MCU, it's got to go to a close-up.
Oh, okay.
If you just go in a little bit, that is still a jump cut. So if we go from here to there, and I would even suggest, most notably, there's a part where, and I think Catherine said one person just jumped out of nowhere. Well, watch this edit right here. That's a jump cut. But you can fix it by take Christian here and make him a close-up. Won't be a jump cut in that instance.
Oh, with
What is this? A pen? What is this? The 1900s? No, I don't have any pens on me. Oh, here's one on the ground.
This is the.
Here you go. Okay. A pack of pens. Whoa. Are you using them or are they all in the pack?
I kind of just, there was 4 of them and I just put them in my bag and now I just want to use whichever one I end up grabbing, but I still have all 4.
Nice.
Never been that orderly.
Okay. So just for an example, and also I have your compressed version, but notably, and your B-roll is really cool. I would say, I'm guessing you used all your B-roll, or else I would suggest like you could have fixed that Dr. John edit with just, to be honest, what he's saying at that point, it could be the wide shot with all him on stage with the students, because he's talking about the students. If you have another one of those, instead of like punching in, let's cover him right there. Also, I would suggest that, yeah, you have a flyer, but use your font and put this information up at some point. When the girl says, oh yeah, you should, or when Alina says we really should go, put up the font, put up the lower third and add the dates and the times. That's what they want to promote. Okay, so check this out. We want to color this to match that. Okay, so what we can do is go into our color. This thing is always going to be a problem for me, but my editor's all messed up. So
now you're doing color grading for two different cameras, huh?
Oh yeah.
Use the red and this is a
But it shouldn't be that difficult, to be honest, in theory. Okay, so if we do our basic auto correction, I can click here and say auto and see what happens. All right, it's already less orange, but compared to this, it's yeah, that already looks better. He did it on DaVinci, but I'm teaching everyone here. Already looking better, right? Like super orange, right? So realistically, if we're looking at this, I know it's way orange. So if I bring in blue, look, that's already like specifically, I'm looking at the wall. Now it's very high and we are using different cameras. So I would probably go to my curves and I would, hello curves, no, RGB curves. Yeah, I want my RGB curve. And I would click a pinpoint and then I could go like this and I could bring that up a little bit. And this is me doing it manually. All right. Or we could do, if we're going our basic correction, our basic color match right here. I like to use color match. I'm gonna use comparison view. Now comparison view allows me to select. Do we make him super blue? Okay. All right. So we're gonna choose somewhere that I want it to match here. And then from here, I'm gonna go and find something like that. And now I'm going to say, use my face detection. I'm gonna say apply match. All right, and so what that does is based off of here, it gives me a baseline. So now we can look and see, okay, this wide is trying to capture more of this. Again, it's definitely way more, this clip right here, definitely the highlights are way too high. So again, our curves are going up here. Everything that we've affected already is going to affect it, right? So if we're going to use the comparison and color match option, I always say reset it to 0, reset everything to 0. Okay, everything should be back at 0. You reset everything, then go into our color wheels and match. We're in comparison view. We're going to say apply match. Okay, and as we can see, not 100%, but a lot closer, right? And I would say even as B-roll, I don't know why he goes super blue there for a second. Oh, it's because I messed. So we can see that applying this match right there turns this image to blue. That's why I have a little bit of clipped there. And we can see the match there. And then we just play around with that. But overall, any other errors that we noticed with this? I think somewhere around here when Alina is saying like, hey, it would be really great if you came and saw the show.
It would really mean a lot to bring this story to life.
I think people should
And it could be up for a while, right? I do think, what do we think about your font lengths?
It's been absolutely amazing.
It's very, very elevated in terms of the acting style. It's a comedy. Sir Juana was writing.
I personally, especially when you have their face up a while, I usually do about 5 seconds for fonts. Or, you know, I want to give everyone plenty of time to read their names. But there were a couple where I was like, I just started to look and it disappeared. So I would say 5 seconds is the minimum I would put a lower third up for. Yeah, and you can, and definitely the dates of the show should be up. You could put it up for like a minute, 2 minutes or whatever. It could go over multiple people, in fact. As long as it doesn't interfere with any other fonts. The B-roll is great. You don't need any more B-roll. That's no way. Like that's what I would do. No, you have plenty. If you make those changes, Grant could post it on YouTube tonight. So, all right. Yeah. So yeah, these color matches are a big factor when we're using mixed media, right? And I just did it based off of your, I'm also working with your compressed version. So you're gonna have a lot more information available. Anybody else have anything we want to look at before we jump into this?
I forgot to get a version of the
What are you working on at CMAP?
So in Hollister and Tristinos, there is a thing called the bike blessing that they do every year, I think. Less frequent, where all of the bikers in the area will converge to a church in Tristinos to then have their bike blessed by a priest for good luck.
Yep.
And CMAP recorded like 2 hours of footage.
Cool.
Of just bikes and that happening. Cut together, and I found the sickest song on Artlist and the Wolf to cut it to, and it's basically just like a banger music video where this bike was. I'll get you an export.
I would love to, yeah, we'll watch it on Monday. Again, next week will be our last week here in the editing, except for our final. It's crazy, right? So I will go over the final next Monday. We'll spend time going over the final. If you have any questions or comments you want to focus on, you really should be working on your final projects. That's what I want to showcase. If we don't have anything else to watch, I was hoping Alex would show up or Dilo would show up and show us their edit. But if not, I'm just going to walk you through After Effects I've been working on. Just kind of show you some of the capabilities. I'm working on a Garlic Festival montage. Yeah, let me just scrub through. It's kind of a parallax view, 3D element of all the flame ups at the Garlic Festival's coming back, right? So, and I'm working for Christopher Ranch. We're doing all that type of stuff. So it's a really cool way that we can go ahead and make just basically a picture montage. And you can see all of the elements here in this After Effects. There's many elements. After Effects is its own editing software, totally cool for special effects, totally cool for the Adobe users, which no one here really wants Adobe except Jeremiah and Catherine, shout outs. But you can see that like basically the way that After Effects works is like we've talked about recumbent sequences where they're a sequence within a sequence with a sequence. That's what After Effects does too. So here's like my first scene, and you can see just looking at this, we can see the framework of all of my what's happening with these. A single photo turns into multi photos to make this 3D view. We can see the wireframes that are burned in here. I have lens effects. I have my camera. The camera is actually a 3D camera in the space up here that flies around, and I can control which way the camera does. And just like in Premiere, everything is keyframed. So you can build something, and a lot of the stuff I build, I use previous projects to build off. You can start from zero and everything. I just kind of wanted to walk through and show you. But look, every single element I click on, we can see where it is, and we can turn it on and off. These are particles that just add, like, again, it's going to go a slow render, but you can, let's see. Let me jump over here and see if you can see these little particly dusts. I can turn the dust motes off. It's got to render each frame. Now you can see there's no more dust motes there. I like that because ultimately my final montage, this is the one that I export from, gives me a cool kind of old camera. And that's the point, is like, these are old memories of the Garlic Festival. You can see also what's super important, since I'm working off my laptop, I'm looking at quarter quality. That's the lowest quality possible. So it looks blurry, right? But if I go to full, that's what it's actually looking like. So I absolutely, just for my CPU's sake and my render sake, I always work at quarter quality. We're watching, of course, at 50%. Of course, this is a thing that we can like go all the way in and look. There's lots of awesome like motion tracking you can do in After Effects. And you can see there's lots and lots and lots of layers that go into just the export layer. And then everything comes down to, like, I start with my media layer here, for example, and I load my media, and it's just my picture that goes into here. From there, okay, let me open up my scene. Then my media gets loaded into here, and we can see all the effects that go into it. There's the blurring effect that we can see starts and goes, and this is like this main center point of the effect. As it goes in and out, it flies away from the camera, because our camera right here is flying and moving in the space. And we can see, watch these three, okay, it's a 3D camera. So guess what? We have our vertical or horizontal. That's X and Y, right? Those are our quadrants. Well, what is the third one? Does anybody know? In a 3D space, there's a third dimension. Z-axis, you're correct. So as you can see, me scrubbing through this, you can see that the camera is not only going left and right, up and down, but also forward and backwards, right? Like it's actually doing a movement into into this. And what's cool is, like, also any of these layers, I can click on it and it's going to tell me, here's my camera control, which again allows me to control, like, I can affect the X, Y, and Z axis. You can see red, green, and blue. My blur, I have a blur transition, which we see at the start, and also noticing, just like any layers, whatever's on top is dominant, but then a lot of this stuff is layered on top of each other with transparency. So unlike or just like our video, anything that's like full frame, like for example, if I take my media up here and drag it all the way to the top, I'm gonna screw everything up, because now what did I do? Well, what's fascinating is a lot of these layers also are dependent or are affected by the previous layers. And what do I mean by that? So you can see right here, there's one called parent and link. So basically, if I move an object and I want every other object to say my text, I don't think I put any text on this, but let's turn on some text. No, I don't want to do text. What is a better example of that? Okay, let's say these particles right here. And let's say we take these particles and I'm gonna change the position of them. I'm going to start them here and then have them move left. We can see that now we have the transition. And I like this movement of the particles. Look, now they're moving left, but I want all the other particles layers to mirror that. Well, what I can do is now take these particle layers and tell them that like, hey, layer 9 is your parent layer. So now all of my other particles will match the same movement of that one layer. That's a good way that you can affect certain layers. It's a whole chain of command thing. There's so many different things to take advantage of here in After Effects. There's built-in effects, just like everything that we looked in Premiere. And I know, what's the effect program in DaVinci? Fusion. Okay, so Fusion is another one thing in Jeremiah. The only negative element about being working with Jason is he's going to convert you to a DaVinci user, I think. I mean, everybody in the program pretty much wants to, so they're slowly and surely turning me to one too. So, but this is what I know, and this is what I've been editing for the last 15 years or whatever. So it's hard to like make the switch completely.
I've also used Premiere for 12 years.
I understand. I used Final Cut for 10 years before I moved to Premiere. So Final Cut used to be good. Yes.
I'll say, even though we all use DaVinci, and, you're teaching Premiere, a lot of everything transfers pretty well. Like, sure, things are in different places, or like the method from getting to what you want to what you're getting is like different, the way you travel to that conclusion.
Yeah, and I'm sure After Effects is similar to Fusion in a lot of ways as well. It's apples and oranges. It's like a Mac and a PC type of thing, right? So it's just the editing class is more understand. Like, I think what I want you to, this is not the media department, right? Like, this isn't digital media degree. So you're not getting like a certificate in Premiere or DaVinci or Final Cut. You're getting experience and someone who can talk you through Premiere, but realistically, the editing class is about learning the theory and what makes a good edit. You should be able to critically watch something and be like, wow, the editing's really good, or wow, now I know the editing's really bad. Or you should be able to watch like your favorite YouTube content creator, be like, why does this work? Why doesn't this work? And stuff like that. That's the point of the class. And that's why, I'm just kind of showing you After Effects this late in the semester, just as a thing to showcase right now. So realistically, I want you all working on your projects. That should be priority number one, and bringing me and asking me questions. We got one more week. Realistically, everything that I've taught you is just here to continue and further your expertise. And I'm happy to like sit down with you individually and help you with the granular stuff. But what, Marty? Yes.
I was gonna say, Fusion and After Effects actually are very different.
They're very different.
Yeah,
Fusion.
It's pretty hard to transfer, because I was also using After Effects for about 10-ish years.
Yeah.
And I can't get the hang of Fusion, so it's quite different.
Well, so then that's also the thing. I don't teach After Effects because that's its own entire thing. Like it translates to Premiere like on a basic, like, hey, the timeline kind of makes sense and you can kind of figure it out by using Premiere. But like After Effects is a whole different brain space for me. And if you want to learn After Effects, you'd be really just use this entire class only to work on After Effects. You should know Premiere to start with and then go into After Effects that way. And what's Premiere has done a lot now that we're in Premiere, whatever 16 or whatever it is, I don't even know. They go by year. So it's 2025. They've incorporated a lot of the basic effects that people want to use into Premiere. So because After Effects is such a beast in itself. So yeah, that's a really, really, VFX is a skill set that not everyone can master. I mean, that's why filmmaking is really, really importantly collaborative, because like I told Jason, I'm like, you're math minded. He's like, I'm bad at math. I'm like, no, you're not. What are you talking about? Like, maybe you're bad at like addition or whatever, but he's very business minded, right? And I think that his level of brain works perfectly for like going through and finding all the minute little things that are in like Fusion, or going and figuring out how the effects work. You have to be really that type of mindset and dedicated. I mean, the VFX stuff is super, super time intensive, quality intensive, and super, super valuable. I think that like of anything, if you wanted to focus on just VFX, you could get a job in the industry having 2 years worth of VFX experience. You would be sorry, go ahead.
The way that he goes, like, yeah, that job wouldn't be a problem. It's just gonna take like 8 hours, and then it's gonna be 16 hours.
Yeah.
The numbers that he throws out, like it's casual, and it's like, oh, you're staring at a glass.
Yeah.
16 hours. Just for
I mean, the composite editors, that's like your first job. I knew somebody who I went to school with, and like they worked for 3 months putting Mike Myers' head on a little kid's body for the movie The Love Guru, a movie no one's seen or cares about, right? Or it's like notably a bad movie, underrated, by the way. But that's one of those things where like, but it's also one of those things where those workers are really have to fight for their rights, because the industry's grown to a point where they want to put out so much. And that's like part of the issue that Marvel was having, was they produced too many movies, put them out before the VFX were done, and forcing errors to go out in the like I know that like the release versions versus the at-home versions of movies look different. There were for sure like VFX mistakes that have made the Marvel movies. I think like Quantumania has like a lot of them with the MODOK that they fixed on the home release. Yeah, so that's something to think about. Okay. I want you all to work on your finals. Are we doing our finals? Have we done our everything?
I agree with that. I think the Love Guru was underrated. And basically doing this career is like we're trying to look for Gavin.
Yeah, right.
All right, I did some sound for the edit.
Ooh, let's see it.
Because this is just for the class, we can use licensed music.
Absolutely. If it's just for the class, you can use licensed music. It's not this, here's my one caveat with that. Question was, can you use licensed music? Of course you can. You're a student. You can get away with a lot. I'm like, if I was a student filming something, I would always film somewhere, then ask for permission afterwards, or just know that like your shoot might be cut off in the middle and figure out that. But licensed music's good. Here, the only caveat with the licensed music is like, what if your piece blows up and like you go viral? Even worse than Kermwick, look at this. Let me show you this. This same guys.
You're not screen sharing.
I'm not screen sharing.
Thank you, Jeremiah.
Thank you, Jeremiah. Here we go. Let me screen share. Yeah. You're spoiling my thing, but whatever. Okay. So, oh shoot. All right, here we go. Let's bring up Giggly Dickens, which is Gio Silva's, the winner of the 72-hour film competition. You can see they got 34. How many subscribers do you have, Jeremiah?
Like 2,800.
Oh, come on. You can be Giggly Dickens, no problem. But most notably, all right, check this out. He made for my film class. This wasn't even for the production class. I used to have a class called 17 and 18, and it was single camera production. And their finals every year had to be a short film. But however, different levels. Notably, Runners right here, a zombie film, 1.4 million.
It's 9:15. How am I already underwater?
I'm in the same boat.
I'm in an
Again, this is how old? 6 years. And 1.4, that's pretty good views. Like, it's no Mr. Beast, but I will say this about it. It helped him launch his YouTube channel. So it got him views. It just blew up. Zombies were at the right time 6 years ago. We still weren't that fatigued. But what did Gio do? I will get to this part right here. Let's just check it out.
Talk to me, Nick. How we doing?
Oh, sorry. What the heck? Okay. The mask was pre-COVID too, by the way, so. Okay, we're just hearing the music in the background, right? Who knows what the music's from? You're close.
Talk to me, Nick. How we doing?
Good.
This is, it's 28 here, like it's 28 days later.
No bodies.
Nick, you need to listen to me. You have.
This guy's one of the worst actors. But yeah, so what happened was he got 1.4 million views, right? This was earlier on before you needed like the watch hours or whatever, so he could monetize it earlier. Except copywritten material. Fortunately, no strikes or anything, but he has it up here. So he sort of learned from it and went on to, do Kermwick, which then was 6 years ago. Why is it 6 years? Did they do a re-upload? I mean, why is Kermwick older than Runners? That doesn't make it.
Well, it says episode 1 was 4 years ago, but the trailer was 7 years ago.
For Runners?
No, for Kermwick. If you look behind Runners, it says 4 years ago.
Yeah. This is way different. Look how many views they have versus here. No, but I know for a fact he made Runners. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. Let's just do oldest. You see, modern diplomacy. Gear up. I guess Kermwick's older. Here we go.
Are you overwhelmed with identity management in the context of omnipresent threats to your organization?
Hi, so
I'm only watching an ad for Jeremiah.
$1 million. We're rich.
We're rich.
You know where to meet us. I'll call you when it's done.
Good job, man. Today was a good day.
Now!
This has to be done. Fucking undercover cop. It's been done.
Good. The pig is dead. Get rid of everything.
Did you see the camera in his glasses?
Hey, bud. I'm sorry, Kerm. We couldn't get to her fast enough. Miss Piggy's dead, bro. They can't, bro.
dead,
They don't know
bro.
you're alive. Let Chief and me take care of this.
Yeah, that's good.
Kermit, you have to promise me you're not gonna do anything.
I'm sorry. I didn't know that. Killer. I believe you.
You did this.
I haven't been able to get a hold of Joey or Mikey.
Look, I killed the frog. If he comes back, we'll just kill him again. Where are you? Want this frog dead. $50,000 on his head.
Stay the fuck away from me. He's coming for us.
Kermit!
Run, you son of a bitch! You can't run. He'll find you. I'm coming for you.
Like, I hate this stuff. I'm not clicking. I know. There's got to be a way to turn them off, right? Jeremiah, let me know.
No, there isn't.
Terrible.
They kind of force everyone to make those like end cards.
Yeah, but they came up like 30 seconds before the end. It like,
You have to have 30 seconds of end card. Just
yeah,
to
it's
get to that now, which is super annoying.
very annoying. Okay. Because I like this like final shot. It's pretty cool. And then it like everything's messed up. All right. I liked it already. I probably already commented. Yeah, why not? All right. Gio will like that when he sees that. Okay, so yeah, Kermwick got no monetization though because the music's copywritten. Bummer. I'm sorry, but Miss Piggy died. Made me very emotional for some reason. Yeah, he's like, Miss Piggy's dead, bro. This is a masterpiece. But we put the brilliance. People are too nice. Amazing. That's the best video I've seen in my whole life. All right. I was hoping for funnier stuff. Okay. All right. Why were we talking about this? Oh, we're gonna watch Jeremiah's thing. Sorry, Jeremiah.
Talk about copyright issues.
Yeah, thank you.
Tim, were you in the studio yesterday when I mentioned my stream friends knowing about Kermwick organically?
No.
Yeah, my stream friends who live in Florida, Tennessee, and all of that, like East Coast. We were playing like whatever online, and they're like, one of them was like, "Hey, Kermwick 2 came out." I was like, "Hey, did I mention that to you? Like, am I the one above?" Just knew about
That's
it.
crazy. We got Kermwick fans all over the place. That's that's amazing. That's the power of art. Let's check this out. Yeah, right. Good drop. Woo. All right, well, you have to see what the rest of it looks like though, so. Yeah, I love like just my pink eye right here. Like yeah, exactly. Someone farted on my pillow or. This is how I feel when I'm a headache, to be honest. This is what I feel like. Oh, I'm rocking the soul patch there too, which I don't do anymore. It's all gray now is the problem. Huh?
Bring back the soul patch, put that on the shirt.
No way. The patch is is retired, I think. There's only so much patch you can do.
Second, I won't let shave it.
Yeah, I know. Noah is like ready. All right, Jeremiah, can I use this as my profile pic?
Sure.
Oh, you want me to get rid of my Shrek one? That's me as Shrek.
Oh, you're right.
It has a soul patch and everything. But that is a pretty good one. This should be like an emote on Discord, right?
I'll do it.
That would be
Send
cool.
me that.
You want that photo? You want like how much do you want? You want shoulders too? Oh, just what I had? Okay. You on airdrop right now? All right, let's airdrop that. All right, I'm gonna stop sharing. Nico, you have anything to share? Otherwise, we're working on final projects.
I am currently working on mine right now, but I'm having a little bit of issues with getting effects running on my PC. It's probably because my brother needs to upgrade his CPU. But other than that, I'm getting it
You
all
discoverable?
together.
Marty? Okay, great. You don't know how to do that on your phone or on your computer?
Oh, I'm doing it on my. I'm doing.
Oh
it
no,
on
I'm talking to
my,
Marty. I'm talking to Marty.
Oh,
Nico.
sorry about that. Sorry about that.
Yeah, but I used to know how to do it. Now it's not in the same place anymore.
On your phone, you're trying to do?
It become discoverable for airdrop.
Yeah. Did you open AirDrop?
Oh, everyone. There we go.
There you are. Skigi? Okay. I could have just put it on Discord, I guess, too. I love it. Oh man, I have to get back into Discord. I totally forgot to. I don't know when I got logged out. Yes, I'm human. Wrong. Geez, I don't know my password. Give me a break. Did y'all see that I said this way earlier. Gavlin Discord. All right, I'm gonna put this in the Shrek area. Let's do this. I should just keep sharing. Okay, let's look over here. We're in the Gavlin. I need to a new mention. Where? It's probably just to everybody. Last question. Oh, are these BTS? No. I don't see any of me, so who cares?
That room was so warm.
Oh my gosh, you're telling me that, and let me tell you, that fabric was not forgiving for heat. Yeah.
Thank you for sticking it out.
I was, Abby was very happy about it, so. Here we go. All right, but that's not even what I want to talk about. I want to go right here. Hey, did everyone know that the Gavlin Film Showcase is on Vimeo now?
Oh, yeah.
So all of your films, what?
Where can I find the link to that?
Great question. Great question. Hey, look at the thumbnail that Grant picked. Grant put that as the thumbnail for some. I think because he had it say Gavlin Film Showcase on there would be my guess. Well, it doesn't even, this is just the movies. It doesn't even include the Gabbies. No, so it's just the movies. Here's the chat. Everybody. Hey, which part in the Discord should I put the link?
For the Gab announcements, probably.
So anyway, this is how this.
Discord right there. Okay. All right. And then 2 more mentions. Oh, that was yesterday. How long did you guys go yesterday? Till 7? Oh yeah, wow.
That last like 45 minutes was just Grant showing the showcase, like old showcase stuff.
Oh, really? What'd you see that you hadn't seen before? Hey, I don't have permission to.
Crazy.
Me, Tim? I don't have permission to put Gavin Nelson. Geez, I guess I'll just put in general because that's I'm a general person. Oh wait, there's a whole section that says the Gavi. Should I just put it there?
Oh, yeah, probably.
I'll just put in everyone. Can I get? I'll get banned in this Discord. I thought you would just perma ban me. All right. In the Discord, you got there too, Jeremiah. You can go and watch your favorites. Since no one was here, Jeremiah revealed what his 2 favorite films were. But I'm not going to hold him to it. We weren't recording at that time, so you'll never know which his 2 favorites were.
No, they weren't mine.
It's all right. I was shocked. Jaw on the ground.
That's favorite was Sauce.
Really?
They love like Tim Nash.
Did they like Boss Baby too?
They like Boss Baby. Top Boss Baby was Sauce. They like their favorite song was Hard to Get It, and their favorite song was Sauce.
Wow. What was their least favorite?
I was surprised. I think they didn't like them so.
Yeah. I mean, everything is ranked, right? Will I reveal it? Probably not.
Although that elf costume is so comfy.
Yeah, well, I don't think that's the issue with that piece.
Yeah, I was angling to steal those pants. It never happened, but I was trying to find a way. You know, honestly.
Stop sharing. I'm just gonna stop the recording.